everyone, welcome back to my videos. Today's makeup is going to be a current foundation routine. As far as the eyeshadow look I'm wearing right now, this is a video I have already recorded with a classic silver makeup. So if you're interested in learning how to do this look, I will link the video below. But today's going to be just skin makeup. So let's get started. So first thing I like to do is I want to make sure my skin is nice and clean. And I always use the Pampers baby wipes. These are very affordable and they're really great. They're for sensitive skin. So I'm just going to make sure that my skin is free of any makeup, any product before I apply the foundation. Now my skin can get a little bit dry after cleaning it with the wipe, so I like to make sure it's hydrated, and I use MAC Fix Plus. I'm almost out of this product, but we'll spray whatever there's left. I mean, it feels so good already. Like, it feels hydrating, which is just what we want. For primer, the primer that I have been using almost every single day is the Pixie Beauty. This is the Rose Flash Balm. It is an instant skin booster. You can use this for like a face mask, you can use it as a moisturizer, and you can use it as a primer, which is what I'm using it for today. It's one of my favorite products, and I think the reason why is just because it's soft. It makes my skin a little bit more moisturized, and it smells like roses, so can't go wrong with that. So after I apply the primer, I'm going in with foundation. This is my favorite foundation of the moment. This is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. It has a huge name, but the product is amazing, and I'm currently using the shade Punjab. I will write the name below because it's not one of those names that you hear all the time. So I'm just going to grab a small brush, just like a concealer brush, just to place the foundation in the areas that I'm going to be applying it, which is all over the face except for the eyes and the eyebrows. And this is just going to help me save a little bit of product. So just kind of placing it first. And then we're going to use our beauty blender to just blend everything out, making sure that it's even, that there's no lines, and that it looks as flawless as we can get it. I'm going to wash this beauty blender because it's filthy. Let me pause this really quick. You want to make sure the beauty blender is damp, not like soaking wet, but like, you know, just towel dry it, but make sure it's nice and fluffy. That way it's just nice and bouncy, and it can spread the foundation throughout nice and evenly, and it's not going to soak up so much foundation just because it's already wet. And I like to bounce it on the skin. I don't like to rub it because then you're going to remove product. I like to bounce it. It'll make the skin look a lot nicer because it'll have no streaks. So believe it or not, I think I'm going to need another pump just because there's some areas that still aren't covered. Like a little pimple I have up here. The nice thing about this foundation is that it is buildable. So if you want to like really good coverage, you can definitely build it up. And if you want a more natural coverage, you can do that as well. So this foundation is super nice for that. Good. Now I'm going to do concealer. This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which is very famous, and there's a reason for it. It's very good. It has good coverage. It's not too drying. It's not too dewy where it'll crease. It's just perfect. I don't know what they put in here, but it's excellent, and I will probably go through a lot more until I find the perfect concealer. Like if I find anything better than this, which I haven't yet, I will switch it up. Every now and then I still try different concealers just because, you know, it's fun to try out something new, switch it up, but for now this is like what I always go back to. If you have like a holy grail concealer that you love and that you just can't go without, let me know. So what I like to do is I bring this in close to the nose. I like to create horizontal lines. The closer you put them together, the slimmer it'll make your nose look. So that's kind of what we want when we are contouring our nose, you know, like a little bit here, a little bit like down the nose. I should probably try out like a little bit lighter of a concealer just like for highlighting purposes. As far as concealing purposes though, this does a great job. Speed up the video really quick. Now for these areas in here that are kind of hard to get into, I just like to use a tiny little buffer brush. This is from BH Cosmetics. It's the BH Cosmetics 129 brush. And then it just makes it easier to get into these little tiny areas. So now I'm going to set the concealer and the foundation too. These are pressed powders. so they're a lot easier to just to grab when you're like in the hurry. And I always use this shade for highlighting and for just setting, and then I use this shade for contouring, and then sometimes I'll use like this one to deepen the contour. I'm just going to use a longer dome shaped brush to set the highlighted areas. So let me just find it. Here it is. This is the Morphe M438 brush. I'm just going to apply this under the eyes just to set everything. The reason why I like to set everything is just because I don't want the foundation to be moving. I like it to last as long as possible, and then especially under the eyes because I don't want to get creasing. So this is why I do it. I'm just kind of gonna bring it like a little bit close to the nose right here and over here, a little bit down the nose, right here in the center. This powder is like translucent enough where it's not going to lighten the entire makeup, you know, and it's going to set it. I really like this powder. Now I'm going to contour, and I like to use this brush from Vasanti. This is the blush brush. It's the blush number 7 brush, and I'm going back into the Princess Cut shade, and I'm going to start working on the hairline, circular motions, bringing it in to about right here. Make sure this is nicely blended. I'm trying to get this like to look good in the video, but it's kind of difficult. Now, if we were going to like a party or like something very, very, you know, glam, then this routine would be very different. It would be like heavy makeup, very high coverage foundation, HD, cream contouring with powder contouring. Like it would just be bam. So, but no, this is like your everyday foundation. Now I'm going into the jawline. This is one of the most important ones for me because I like to cover this double chin as much as possible. Okay, so contouring the nose is one of my favorite things to do. I like to use 2 products, well, plus a highlight, but that's at the end. So 2 very specific products that I always use. I always use these 2. They're just perfect. So the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. This is the medium shade, so it's called bronzer. They have a lighter shade and a darker shade, but I use the medium one. A Frankie Roast pressed powder foundation. This is the color Cream Puff, which I believe is the lightest shade they have. Mine's super beat up, as you can tell, like it's, and I've hit pan, but this is so good. I'm repurchasing it when I run out. I can't be without it. And then 2 specific brushes. So I use this flat, very, very dense brush. This is a Morphe M208 brush. And then the same little buffer the same little buffer brush that I was using to like fix my concealer, the BH Cosmetics one, is what I use. So I use these 2 brushes and these 2 powders. These are the babies for the nose contouring. I take my bronzing powder first and the flat brush, and I create 2 horizontal lines. Kind of curve up here where the nose is at. Now the closer you bring the lines together, the slimmer your nose will look. Don't bring them too close where like you can't blend it and it would just look like all dark right here, but close enough. I seriously love like having my nose contoured. It just makes everything look different. It's so much fun. Okay, and now I put the same bronzing powder down here to kind of make it like more like boop, like poking up kind of an effect, and then up here for a button nose type of look. And I always do the same shape. I haven't tried out like different shapes, but I should, just to see like how it looks. Then I take the little buffing brush and I blend this in just kind of softly. I'm like, well, I was literally looking through this mirror and it's like there's nothing there. Okay, here's the mirror. Okay, so now we are going to apply the highlighting shade. with the same brush, I just kind of go like this to just get rid of some of the powder on the areas that we didn't touch earlier. So the center of the nose right here on the tip, just kind of creating like a little button. I kind of bring it up here too sometimes. And then I also do the sides of the nose, like right here and right here. Just gonna bring the nose in a little bit more. So now we're going to use blush. This is the blush that I use every day. This is the Bobbi Brown Tawny No. 2 blush. I've had this for years. It's lasted me so long. And then I usually literally use the same brush that I use for contouring, like, or bronzing. I don't use that many brushes. So go here on like this outer area of the apples of the cheeks. Bring it upwards. Now, if you feel like you overdo it with a blush, just go with your beauty blender and just kind of bounce it over the blush and it'll neutralize that color so it's not too crazy. So now I'm going to do the highlight, which is literally, I feel like it makes such a huge difference. It just makes me look like not too matte, just more natural, and it's just so pretty. So this is the highlight that I use every single day. This is the Bronze Goddess by Estee Lauder Heat Wave. And look how precious it is. It's so funny because I didn't want to mess up like the shape of it, so I've been digging down here, and like I don't want to go up here to mess it up, but I think I'm gonna have to. I'm going to spray my face first with some MAC Fix Plus. It feels so good and refreshing. Okay, and then while this dries, I'm going to just take off the foundation that got on my little freckle and on the lips. And then right before the spray dries up all the way, when it's like sticky, we're going to apply the highlight. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills A23 brush. I use this brush every single day for my highlight. And now that the spray is almost dry, I'm going to apply the highlight over here on top of the cheeks, on the tip of the nose, on the center between the brows. This is going to help lift the nose a little bit. Right here, just in the center, above the brows. And just a little bit here, like in the cupid's bow, just a tiny bit. Going back just a little bit more, highlight right here. And more over here. Looks so good. So now that the foundation routine is all complete, I'm just going to apply a little bit of lip gloss just to finish off the look. This is a Buxom lip gloss. It's my favorite lip gloss. I carry this in my purse every single day. I've been using it for like the past almost year, and this is my second bottle. It's almost done, as you can see. I like this lip gloss because it kind of gives you like a little bit of a plump effect. When I first started using the Buxom lip glosses, it kind of made me feel a little bit cold because it has like a chill effect to it. But now I'm used to it and now I love it. So it's my go-to favorite lip gloss that I use all the time. So that is the entire foundation routine. I hope this was helpful and that you learned something new. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel before you leave so that you can be notified of all the videos that I make for you. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it, and comment below so that I can get to know you better. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!